Hello, welcome to episode 51 of the Role Slayers podcast. You heard all of those syllables that I enunciated perfectly just then, very quickly. Before we get into tonight's episode, Hayden has lots of fun announcements that he'd love to read to you. They're definitely the same announcements we always have. So
I know, that's why I'm going to do it really fast so we can play this dang game. Check us out on all the socials. Guess what? The ones we care about: Instagram, Discord, YouTube. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on the gram. We're posting minis and all kinds of cool stuff there. And find us on Discord. Our Discord is available on our Instagram bio. That's it for that. Thank you to our musical partners Beyond Skyrim, Stanley Short Hop Music, Celestial Aeon Project, and Sirenscape. All those guys bring the whole game to life. Thank you so much for being free. Eldritch Foundry is where we get custom minis. That's where I get my minis made, even when I'm not playing this game. I just make all my minis in there. I don't have a 3D printer. I'm not a pro. But if you have a 3D printer, you can buy STL files from them. Use our code ROLLSLAYERS for 15% off at checkout. worldanvil.pxf.io/rollslayers is where you can go to purchase a World Anvil. Guess what? Tyler, no fun facts from you today. Instead, I'm going to make up a fun fact that you have to add to your world.
no, we already did Chris's bridge.
No, we threatened to. I don't know if we ever followed
No, we didn't. He added it in.
Chris's bridge is in the world, okay?
Well, Chris got to. I haven't gotten to yet. From now on,
we named it Chris's Bridge.
When?
Oh yeah.
We did.
Okay.
You were here. You were present.
Look, I don't. I'm just coming out of winter, man. I don't know what happened that whole time. So
Get your sunshine brain on.
it's there. It's ready. I'm sober. So yeah, I guess I don't get to add to that. World Anvil at pxf.io/rollslayers. Use it to keep track of all your stuff for your world building activities, whatever they may be. And finally, patreon.com/rollslayers, where you can go to get the best content in the whole universe, including two people at the table talking about what it's like to be Gith siblings. It's really, I think, what they wanted for themselves in real life was to be warrior siblings.
To be egg siblings.
Yes, I think that is it. So here, a deep dive into that dynamic for the low price of a cup of coffee a month. Okay.
That makes me think of the Bill Hader sketch every time.
I know.
Before we get into it, though, World Anvil, do you have a deeply complicated genealogy of your warlock that you need to keep track of?
Are you just sharing this because you can?
The Ancestry and Genealogy tab in World Anvil helps you keep track of all those pesky devil great uncles. Check it out. Let's play the game. Last we left off, the party leveled up, secured transport, as well as some spell items.
We leveled again?
Yeah.
You're level 8?
Yeah, you're level 12. You made your way via Griffin into the Sea of Grass, Torvenbergen territory. Headed toward Bjoriand, stopping on your first night of travel to discuss current events, catch Murd up on what they're doing, discuss the Torvenbergen and Envisa's hesitancy there, his ill will, perhaps, towards them. And for Leaf to divine whether or not the Cow Zoo event was related to the current turning, or lack thereof, of the stars. We pick up that evening, awaiting a long rest. Is there anything else we'd like to do before you guys take a long rest?
You guys want to talk to God again?
Yeah, just do it again, real quick. You got more bones?
I don't. The bones were my own personal flavor. I do have the incense, and I did buy a lot of it. But also now God can tell me the wrong stuff.
Oh, it only has
because
to be
I can't.
correct.
If I do it twice in a day, then
Oh,
God
then
will lie
no.
to me.
Then help.
Zai could maybe
There's a
try.
25% chance. Oh, I could try?
Zai could try. That looks kind of cool. Maybe I could try that.
Oh, you can. Candidly, I don't know if the bones did anything. It was a pretty archaic text I was drawn from, and I had read it about 5 years ago. So I might have been entirely wrong about the bones, but here are the bones in case you need them.
Oh, thank you. I will put them to good use.
But I want them back. I thought you meant like right now.
Oh, in that case, I probably don't need them. But I will try to talk to this god or devil thing.
I take it you can do this too, as something of a holy person.
Yes.
All right. Well, as long as I have the bones back afterwards, we're in good shape.
Give me the bones back.
Okay, I will
want the
I will
bones
make
back.
sure that the bones are given back to you and intact. I will probably make a little pile of them and just put them right here. That will probably be what I will do.
All right.
I think they need to be in a pile, just kind of like sitting next to you a little bit, maybe.
Okay, that's fine.
You
We gonna do it?
Yeah.
prepare your ritual, burn your incense, and enter into a meditative state. You focus on the motion of the wind, the sound of rustling in your ears, the calming aspect of it. And as you do so, it's almost like you're drifting off to sleep, but you drift away from your own body. You drift away from the people around you.
Can I see that like falling away from me? Do I see myself like floating up into the sky, or all of it just kind of like
Floating up into the sky,
Okay.
kind of seeing the kind of shifting waves of grass. Roll a d20 for me. Let's see who you end up with.
Oh, is this how this typically goes?
What?
No. 1.
Wait, what spell are you doing?
Same spell.
Divination.
Oh, D20.
We apparently don't have a
I think,
relative.
I think you get
Talk to.
pulled a specific way due to some taint in the blood, perhaps.
Whoops a doodle.
Whoops. You said 1?
Yes.
Okay. As this world fades, it's almost like falling asleep and awaking in a soft, cushy bed.
Oh.
Purple light suffuses your surroundings, and as you kind of come to yourself, you are swaddled.
Oh.
No,
Isn't that?
wrapped tight,
Oh.
restrained. You look around you, you are covered in this fine, thick, white silk cobwebs
Oh.
expanding in all directions.
Okay.
And as there's this small sense of movement, you see that it kind of ripples through the webs.
Oh.
Striding down from the blackness, the expanse, is this large carapaced figure
Oh.
with a spider body.
No, thank you.
Extending almost centaur-like is the body of a drow woman, a dark elf.
Oh.
With bright white hair and lilac eyes, a look
Oh,
of disdain upon her face.
Is this a recognizable deity to D&D people?
Yeah, very much.
Yes.
Make a religion check for me, Zai.
Oh.
Also
We
Molly.
hate this lady.
Religion check.
This is,
Ugh. I'm getting out of the abyss flashbacks.
Yep.
That's not.
Good ones for me.
oh,
There
that's
you
not
go.
cocked.
Are all of these divination gods
That,
bad?
that is a 22.
When you roll a 1
It
there,
was a nat 20.
nat 20? Yeah, that's Lol. She's the Spider Queen. She's very evil.
Okay.
She just kind of looks down at you in disdain. Speak.
Why have the stars stopped moving on my planet?
What a silly girl. Because someone stopped them moving. Be gone. Scuttles off into the distance, and as so, the swaddling gets tighter and tighter and tighter before you feel like you're gonna pop. You do pop out of existence, coming back to yourself.
Well, someone has officially stopped the stars moving, but that's all the information that I got from the evil, scary spider lady.
Now,
what?
You got the evil, scary. I did not think that would happen to you.
Yep,
Given your.
she did not like me very much and maybe tried to choke me a little bit with her scary whips, and I was very terrified and kind of forgot what I was doing or where I was or what was happening, and I don't really like that.
Are you alright?
Yes, but I don't want to see that lady again.
Really?
She was very scary.
Well, no servants of Avandra came shining through for you. That is so.
Is that what
Kill.
should happen? Should I have seen Avandra? Because I did not.
I mean, I would think that most often. See, I don't think that I necessarily should have been able to cast a spell. This is something that is more generally available to folks like yourself. We're the religiously affiliated types.
That is me.
Yes, and I've always kind of understood that this was your way of communing with more directly with the god you worship, but it isn't.
That is sort of what I expected, and that is not what happened.
You think that maybe the ritual, and I'm not overly religious, but do you think about that perhaps it might have benefited from some sort of symbolism of Avandra?
I think next time I will probably not interact with the bones as much and maybe try like something that makes a little more sense to me. Yes, probably that would be a better alternative than the bones that I did not know what to do with.
Maybe a personal.
Leaf takes the bones back and slowly puts them back.
Just like
I'll just.
slide the
I'll
pile
just,
across the.
I thought maybe you knew something that I didn't know and did not want to, I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to be clear on that front. I do not. I remember this vaguely. You know, like how you read a book like 5 or 6 years ago and you kind of remember the plot points. That was kind of where I approached this from.
There are like special spells that you can do with bones, like those can be helpful. I don't think that this is one of those spells that really usually requires bones from chickens, but maybe they work for you.
I think I'll hang on to the bones, just in case.
Okay.
So how often can you talk to the gods?
Oh, I could do it tomorrow, maybe, if we want to try, but I don't want to see that god again.
I think technically you can kind of do it as many times as you want. They get impatient if you do it too frequently. It might not be inclined to be very helpful.
Yes, and it requires quite a bit of incense, and
Yes, not.
I don't think I could do that again anytime soon.
Now,
Maybe tomorrow if we really want to try to figure this out.
is talking to them exclusive to the only people who can do magic, or is there some other prereq? Like, can we
maybe
all?
I can try. If you can do it, maybe I can do it.
Maybe you can. We could see if that is something you could do. Maybe a
You wanna
wonder
use the
will give you
bones?
the power.
No, I think you keep the bones.
All right, I'll hang on to them right over here.
I mean, I figure if the gods aren't giving answers, the only other place we can look for them is the books.
Maybe if we find some god that is not like really evil or like a devil, maybe they would be a little more forthcoming, perhaps.
Well, I just wonder if there's a book somewhere. Like, what are those things with writing in it that talks about the last time the stars were stopped?
Maybe like when we go to Bjoriand, we
Well-
can find some people that have a little bit more information about that, or
And you know what?
Maybe-
Maybe we can even tell them that's why we're there.
That's a good point.
Specifically
Oh,
because
they-
specifically because we're kind of creeped out about the stars stopping.
Okay, I like this idea. It is not a lie. We can
That's
say
true.
those things, and people would probably believe us.
Just a reminder to not mention it to everyone, because this is probably a bit of a farming land. Some people may not have noticed that the sky has stopped moving, and they'll be perfectly fine not noticing.
Okay, so
So-
we like keep this kind of close to the chest and maybe not tell everybody.
But some people are superstitious or prone to it, and we don't want to frighten people that might upset. But if we find any of the religious persuasion or people of import in Bjorand, I'm sure they may have already heard about it, or they wouldn't be so surprised.
I mean, I'm not going to go up to a farmer and say, "Hey, do you know why the star stopped moving?"
Oh,
Just, as we mention our purpose, so if we get questioned on our way there,
so if they're nosy and they got a sword,
maybe we stick to the trade, learning, and the research on other things.
or do we scare them with the whole star thing?
Hmm.
Tell them we're on like some kind of great quest to understand why the stars have stopped and freak them out a little bit.
Today,
I was planning on myself, if somebody was extraordinarily rude, just kind of dropping that piece of knowledge on them, because it is quite a curse to bear. So, if someone's giving us a hard time, we just, have you noticed anything odd about the stars? And then all of a sudden, they're going to spend the next 2 weeks staring up at the stars, trying to figure out what's going on. So don't do that, is what I'm understanding, right?
But just, if they're holding their sword threateningly, maybe not. They might think about it after they've run you through.
That's good. Yeah, I'll take that. A quick addendum to all this, I would recommend, and nobody take this personally, but if we come across some figures that maybe looking at us with a bit of suspicion, probably ought to let Ori or myself do most of the talking.
You think I am not a good talker? I think I'm doing fine.
Did you say talkler?
Talker.
Tolkar.
Talker. One who talks.
No, I think you are perfectly talented as a very specific kind of talker.
Or like
But-
the intimidating kind.
Yes, you're a very confrontational and direct individual, and sometimes it just takes a little finesse. However, we do know these Torbenbergen admire strength, so maybe that comes up. Just keep an eye out, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I can usually swing some of that myself.
But I suppose if I am posing as the hired guard, I would not be speaking for the party, so I can just let my role dictate.
And I'm not saying everybody clam up. That seems more suspicious. But if we're getting into a situation where we need to kind of explain ourselves in a little more detail and keep moving, maybe we leave that to the professionals.
Sure, I can always feign senile.
Oh, that could be fun. Are you like the type who's like, thinks you have a parrot on your arm, or
No, just sort of lost. Just sort
like
of
you
like-
just never really know where you are?
Sure.
got-
Oh, and then
follow
you
that
like
before.
wander into the back room and you're like, I don't know where I am, and then you can like start getting all the secrets, and if someone catches you, you can just be like,
Oh, I'm just old.
I'm an old man and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just looking for the bathroom.
Did you
Is
know the stars are
it in
stopped?
this desk, maybe? It's a good plan. I like it, Visa.
I'm not saying it's never got me out of trouble.
Okay, so Visa will sneak into the back room and be a crazy old man.
Not as a first resort.
Or you can just become a caterpillar again.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah, that was
object.
kind of fun.
That was a good one. I was sad I wasn't there for that.
I can try that. If it's of use, if we've got to take down a smuggling ring, I'm sure there's somebody to spy on at some point.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am getting a little bit tired now, so maybe we start to bed down for the night.
Yeah, it's time to get some sleep.
Zach will just
I'm
shove
going
like
to
one
have-
more large cheese wedge and just like, and just eat the whole thing.
I would go.
I see the wedge
Are
in his
we?
throat.
Is there any kind of path, or are we just in the middle of a field?
There's no pathway from Bjoriand to Spagrin.
I think I'd like to take first watch because after what I saw tonight, I'm not going to sleep for a time.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and as everyone's bedding down, go ahead and roll perception for me, Hayden.
Let's I believe 15. No, I'm sorry, at 12. Looked at the wrong one.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
Your only companion on this evening is the wind rustling through the grasses and the flies, beetles, gnats that accompany this vast grassland.
I think as he's alone, he's kind of like he's like struggling to maintain his normal rate of breathing. It's just kind of on the edge of hyperventilating a little bit for a while.
Brother,
Oh God!
Are you
Do
okay?
we have to do this now? Of all times.
do what?
You're in distress.
Yeah. Did you get in? Did you talk to our uncle? Did you see that?
No, you mean the meeting? The divining?
Yeah. You didn't. That was just me in there, not you, right?
Yes. You say.
Okay.
You met our great uncle?
Yeah. I heard you mention something along those lines a few times.
Yes.
Nargreldidon is
Quite vexing.
like a rat.
How far back does that go? Do you know?
I believe
He's your
father's mother's.
brother.
I mean, look, I'm not distressed. I know what I am. I have the horns. I know that there's a devil back there somewhere. I guess I just was more vexed by running into a relative, a living relative, something I've never seen in my life other than you, sort of.
Our
Blood calls out to the cosmos.
Yeah,
have to remember.
Mother?
I don't know anything about her. You know that. She died.
You have no.
Memories of her?
No. Not a one.
I remember.
Everything.
From how, what do you remember? Just go ahead and, what do you remember that I don't? Because she died. I know that much.
She loved
Us.
you.
And Snip.
She was
Regular.
not tainted.
By either the cosmic whatever or the devil.
No.
So I guess it was Pa then, huh? Whoever that was.
We would assume.
She had yellow hair, and a kind demeanor. We were very poor. Consumption took her within a month.
Do you just remember this from when we were nothing but an infant?
But of course,
So you really have been awake this entire time, just not able to say anything.
yes, it is not a pleasant experience to be trapped in one's body.
I can't imagine it is, but why now? Of all times, it was just you waking up and getting to it. Is there something to this? Is it just coincidence?
We grow. You grow in power.
Look, we both know that only one of us is really growing in power. I got some knowledge and some stuff, maybe a few little tricks we can kick back on, but you're the one. You're the one that has always been driving the car on that front. Driving the cart. I've done it again.
Oh,
Driving the
brother,
cart on that front.
brother, do not sell yourself short.
I've been using you like I don't know, like a fire, like some kind of a cook fire or something like that to sling all these spells all these years.
No. We've been brothers, separate, but also one. I am in your blood,
Well,
your bones, your marrow.
so how about this? Are you just me? Are you just another part of my mind? Or are you your own?
No, we are Snip, and you are you. But we are also you, and you are also Snip.
So we are Snip and we are Leaf. And you're some little snapshot of a part of my mind.
No,
And I'm same for you.
no, I am. We, not you, but we are Snip. There are multiple here.
Am I the only other part of that multiple, or is there more Snip?
You are not part of Snip.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. He gets back to hyperventilating a little bit. I cannot handle all of this today. Maybe ever.
That is okay. We would appreciate when you arrive at Bjoriand. You do more research in extricating us from you.
Well, I'm sure you can appreciate my position here, but you again, you're the source of this power for me. I can't. I mean, I can do some tricks. I can maybe do some flame magics from my ancestors. Maybe a few cantrips here and there. But anything bigger than that, I'm kind of relying on you for. So, no, what am I saying? I wouldn't be a treat to be rid of you. Same I'm sure of me. Sure you feel the same way, I guess.
We would like a second hand, perhaps another eye. Legs would be nice.
I'll look into it.
We appreciate it, brother.
You feel the presence fade from your mind, going dormant. The rest of your watch goes unimpeded, undisturbed. You're able to hand it over to a second person.
Merc can do second watch.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Cool. That is 23.
Much like Leaf, your only companion are bugs and wind. Thankfully, nothing strange, nothing dangerous happens.
I think part of Mert's part of his check, he would also kind of be watching the sky just to like confirm that the stars aren't moving.
Okay. What was it?
23.
I don't see any movement from the stars. But as you're looking out of the expanse, there's this moment when you catch stars blotting out one by one as it kind of sweeps across the sky. You see them reappear in the distance as something moves to blot them out.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, the next person he decides to wake up, or whoever's taking third watch, he's going to explain that too.
I'll do it.
I'll go with her. You can see it, right?
I can.
Yes, I'll go with you.
Yeah, while you're on your watch, be on the look. If one of you could maybe watch the sky too, to see if there's anything really strange happening. I was glancing at it every so often, and it looked like, I don't know, the best. So there's this thing down in the goblin pits. Sometimes one of the bigger goblins, one of the hobgoblins, just to keep us entertained, would tell us to look at a cave wall, and he would have a fire going behind us, and he would.
Sorry, that's so funny.
And he would make these shapes, and we would be super entertained by it. But one time I looked back, and I put two and two together, and it looked like what was happening in the sky last night was very similar.
To
Almost
a projection on a cave wall.
so like the way that the hand blocks out the light.
Interesting.
I don't know what's out there. I don't know what controls the stars, but just look out for it.
Okay, I can look up if you want to keep an eye out, since I cannot see as far in the dark.
Yeah.
I can still see the sky.
Okay. I
Okay.
can do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Twelve.
Oh. Natty 20.
Okay.
22.
As both of you are told to keep an eye out, you do see this phenomenon, this slow blocking of certain stars before they are reignited almost. Like something has passed over them and they blot out and into existence.
Like, could I hear anything? Like, any, like, wing beats or something? Was there something, like an object going past it? Or...
You didn't tend to correlate that something large is in the air.
Oh, there's something in the sky.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check based off this silhouette.
I was gonna see, like, is it like an airship or something?
Or a dragon.
This is more to correlate size versus distance.
Okay.
He's bored. He's bored. He's bored.
God, that makes me think of Iron Man 2 every time.
I want my board.
18.
18? You're not exactly sure about distance here. But for something to be, say, in the sky, blotting out full stars, this thing's got to be massive. You can't really gain any shape from it.
And I can't tell if it's close or far away.
It's hard to tell. But you assume that this thing is quite large.
If I shine a light up, would that do anything?
You're not sure. You don't know the distance.
Okay.
As dawn approaches, the shadow recedes, seemingly downward to the south. You guys have another day of travel ahead of you. And as the sun rises, the heat begins to become a bit more oppressive. Still not horrible, but climbing up the scale of 70s. Warm for Altexia.
Did you see anything weird in the sky?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like something really, really large
Yeah, that's kind of the impression I got too.
was, and we saw it moving, right? It was moving, toward the south.
Or was it sort of moving back and forth in in the same area, or it was gradually moving in one direction the whole time?
It seemed like it was kind of dilly-dallying to the north side of the sky and kind of winding its way south.
Dilly-dallying.
Yeah.
The mysterious.
Just kind of moving around.
This
Well,
mysterious shadow, yes.
You could track the movement of this big giant thing. You could see that it was moving as if it was blotting out the stars, and then it moved south.
Mm-hmm.
There was no specific shape. It just was so big that it could block out a lot of stars at a time.
We couldn't tell how close or far away it was.
So how do you know how big it is if you could not tell how far away it was?
Well, if it blotted out so much and it was already that big, it's either really, really close and still gigantic, or far away and
Even bigger.
even bigger.
What's Merch's experience with flying things coming down to attack?
Very little to know. The Tabaxi tribes don't have any flying infantry or cavalry.
Could we without it
Could Zach
have
have, yeah,
heard
been
about
able to-
anything?
or would I would have been able to tell if it was a dragon?
Go ahead and make a just intelligence check, I guess.
Both of us, or
Just Zach, as Zach's the only one who saw. I'm gonna say a disadvantage. It was very dark, and it's hard to tell silhouettes from moving
we
shadows.
could learn things.
3. Hard to tell if it was a dragon or not. Probably was.
Being an artificer and around I don't know, tinkery things with magic. What do I know of big things in the sky other than
In
creatures?
terms of tinkering, you don't know of anything that's flown in terms of machinery. The only thing that you, again, funny enough, have reference for floating things that are not creatures is the missing quarter of cow's shoe.
Lisa, could this be some kind of animal that you are aware of?
Just been a dragon.
Yeah, I think maybe it was a dragon.
We've got dragons recurrently after a couple people here, so maybe that's it.
Yeah, they can't find us anymore though.
Well, if we're talking about the things in the sky and the stars not moving, and you have told us about Kazu and that being a piece of land that that was now like in the sky, and then Leaf saying that the devil he saw when he was divining said that it was similar but worse. I wonder if there's a piece of land that's in the sky.
Well, if, correct me if I'm
And-
wrong, Leaf, but he said it was not related at all to what happened in Kaju, but it was more sinister.
Right, I might have not been abundantly clear on that, just being shaken the way I was. But yeah, it sounded like it was almost just a separate thing entirely.
But is there
for
not
better or
a,
worse?
is there not a chance that this there was just something flying in the sky and it's not related?
I was just gonna say, it seems like maybe something we keep an eye out for. If it is that large and you say it went south, let's keep an eye on the south as we travel.
Are we heading south?
No, we're heading
No.
east.
But we can keep.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
As much as
it may not be the same thing, but it was obviously whatever's happening is worse. Says this devil god thing. If whatever it is, maybe what we were seeing was related to what's happening.
in general, something to keep an eye out for.
Is this something worth asking one of y'all's gods about?
If it's just like a flying creature or something, it's probably not.
Well, I mean,
something we can look for.
A big, crazy flying creature is probably worth knowing about.
Do I know
Sure.
about how big, like, a big dragon would be? Not from experience, but like books and stuff.
Like, are we talking like largest dragons of all time, or like a large dragon?
What is the largest dragon that I have heard of or know like measurements of? I'm
Probably
trying to.
about 20 feet tall.
Okay.
From foot to like top of its head,
That's tall.
and probably about a 40-foot wingspan.
And what I saw,
It's hard to tell.
couldn't tell if it was bigger or smaller than that.
No, yeah, it
With a
it's
natural
too-
20.
Even it was a 22 total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, even with that, it's hard to tell at
Okay.
night like that.
Okay. I do have dark vision.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really far
That's
away.
fine. That's fine.
I think that.
So it was far away. Okay, so this thing is
As
massive.
much as I think maybe it was a dragon, it also. If a dragon was high enough that I couldn't hear the wing beats,
Right.
it would have to be so, like, bigger than any dragon I've ever heard of
Or me.
to be as big to cover the space it was covered. Visa, you need to take a watch tonight and see
Have
what
you ever
can
heard of
see.
any like big giant flying things?
Sure. And I think Visa's kind of rolling up his bedroll at this point, and he's like,
If you'll pardon me the anecdote, but if every ship stopped to wonder about what swam beneath the waves, they never reach berth.
Huh?
We can keep an eye out, but we best get moving.
Okay.
It might not be connected, might not have noticed us, might not be aware of us at all, but there's sea creatures aplenty beneath the water.
Zach is gonna, like, look down at the ground under his feet and, like, look around suspiciously and then just start gathering up his stuff kind of quickly.
I have a d20 roll for the day of travel.
Have it
I
right
don't do
here.
it. I never do it.
Oh,
Too bad.
I already
No,
have
no,
it.
no.
Zane. You get next one.
have it. 12.
12. Okay. As you guys pack up and head off on foot for a day of travel, you lose all sight of the forest behind you, the last vestige of the Brownwood disappearing, hills beginning to rise higher in the south to small mountains, the plains unending to the north into the east. Travel unimpeded for these days. this day. However, you do wander into a small path of sorts. Not a man-made path as much as a set of wagon tracks that you happen upon, headed east, west, you're not sure.
Well traveled.
No.
Like one set of wagon tracks?
Yep. Well, you're not sure how many wagons.
But not like a major thoroughfare.
No, this is not a
Road.
paved path of any sort, man-made in any way.
I'm just wondering if it looks like the daily route of like a local and like broad wagon paths, or if it's like just a small
Just
like
two
passed
little
through.
lines
Mhm.
that look like wheels that don't have grass.
Yeah, some of the grass has been kind of trampled between the two sets of wagon wheel tracks, but
But it's not a well-traveled path.
no, not well traveled.
But is it well traveled?
No.
I forgot to say before we left, I do have that platinum potion bottle and hand it to you, Leaf.
You cut.
Here you go. I think it looks good enough.
This is immaculate. I'm far sight better than I could have done elsewise. Thank you so much. And he's going to stuff in an eyeball and a tentacle. He puts a cork in the top and just shakes it up a bunch.
What is this supposed to do?
Spells.
Okay. Is it gonna be like consumed, or is it something
No.
you just like hold on to?
This one I get to hang on to for a good long time. Best I know, I don't even need to replace the stuff inside.
If I knew that beforehand, I would have like also engraved it a little bit and made it like kind of pretty and ornate and fancy.
Oh, well, that sounds like it was probably the case then. I got even an initial in there.
Sorry, it's a little bit shaky. I was doing it while I was watching the sky turn completely black. So,
Frankly,
I think
Ori,
it should do fine.
this is going to do considerably more than fine, I think. The concern I would have with something like this is that it would break, but this does not seem like it's the sort of thing that would.
You gave me enough platinum. It should be solid,
All right. Spells.
but hollow, so you can put the things in it.
Stuff an eyeball and a tentacle in it, of course.
Yeah. You're not doing anything like bad, are you? Like, is this a bad thing? Or what? Can you tell me a little bit about it? Because I don't really want to have partaken in something that.
Well, that'll ruin all the fun, I guess. But if you can keep it from the others, yeah, I'm going to try to conjure something with it.
Oh.
Look, it's been a minute since we've just been on the road, not, doing a bunch of tasks. And
Does it have to deal with this eye and tentacles? Are you gonna conjure like a chicken octopus?
No, the eye and the tentacles. It's just the ingredients that it requires. I couldn't tell you exactly why that is. Have to get way into the theory of crafting these things. Some wizard.
That's kind of what I'm into, though.
Okay, well, I guess you could look into it more, Dan. But all I really know about it is this is what it requires, and this is what I have. I wish I didn't have just the chicken eye, but it's easier to fit in the jar, admittedly.
Okay, well, yeah, I keep secrets. I can keep secrets.
Look, I get a kick out of the look on people's faces when things actually work for me. So, that's why I'd like to keep it. Is all. It's not a grandiose thing.
Forever the prankster. Yes, I understand.
It's not even a prank. It's just a relish a surprise. Is all. As long as I'm not the one being surprised.
Well, maybe don't surprise me too. And you get okay, we're done. Here. Bye. She just goes in her mushroom.
You guys were able to make camp for the evening next to the wagon wheels, or are we ditching this path?
Well, I would like to get off the path personally.
In the event that a second wagon comes down this well-traveled path, or not so well-traveled path, or begins to well-travel said path, we would like to camp off of the path.
Sure. I mostly mean, are you staying adjacent? Are you staying in the area of the wagon, or are you leaving wagon trail, or are you leaving that?
Might be close enough that we could see an additional wagon from a distance.
Yeah, you can do that.
Great.
I didn't know if you
So
were
we're
like,
gonna continue
let's stay away from
following.
wagon trail.
So are we going to continue following the trail? Is the question.
No, we're camping.
Well, after we're done camping,
Subsequent days of travel.
in the morning.
I wouldn't mind like being kind of far away from it, so
We
I
haven't-
don't get surprised. But like maybe a good distance from it, if
It's a wagon.
I mean, it's not really providing us any benefit while we travel, and our goal's
Right,
just
so
still Bjoriand.
it's like yes, but it's like
Yeah, but
We're probably
but
just
it's a
gonna keep
wagon,
beelining
we can see
east.
what happens.
Okay, yeah, copy. All right, let's go ahead and get watches for the evening.
Myrtle
Who's up
do
first?
watch 2 again.
Okay.
It's middle of the night.
I'll take I don't care what watch. I will take the first watch. Sure.
Why don't you and... Oh, wait. He didn't see it, though.
Who didn't see it?
So y'all should take first watch, but he didn't see the shape when he took first watch. Maybe that's just because he
Oh,
wasn't
Leaf?
looking, because he was distracted.
Yeah, I was having a hard time, and I rolled bad.
I think upon request from a party member that Beast to take watch, he'll go ahead and take first watch as well.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Oh, that was a 23.
Nice.
That has given me two nat 20s. This
17.
Is that another nat 20 this
yes.
You don't see anything. The wind is your only companion, but as you keep your watch, you do begin to hear something very, very, very faintly.
Like what?
Like the sounds of wing beats.
Ah. Uh-oh.
Softly. Very, very faint.
Slow? Oh, rapid.
Very slow. As the
Would kind of look at Visa and see if he hears it and be very quiet.
He'd begin kind of nodding in rhythm with the wing beats.
I would get really big eyes. Maybe start breathing a little bit heavier. Try
If,
to be very quiet.
if there is in fact something large in the area, then keeping us and our compatriots below the grass line is a good idea.
Would we not already be below the grass line?
I'm just saying, keeping it that way. So whoever takes watch, maybe stay seated.
as the moments go on, the wing beats steady. There's a point where it stops. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5. And there's this small, almost minuscule movement to the earth.
Like a tremor.
Like something very heavy has moved the earth a little bit.
Oh. I think it landed.
Could we tell from the tremor, like, did it feel like it was far away? Or like it was real close?
If it was close, probably would have been a little more aggressive. It barely,
And did we hear anything?
you did not hear it.
Okay, so far enough to not have spread sound, but heavy enough. Wow.
Best of your watch goes Smoothly. You're able to wake Mert for his second part of the watch.
We pass on the details. Careful you don't stand too tall now, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I'm shorter than all of you anyway, except for Ori. Should be easy for me to keep out of sight.
I would probably wake up Zek too and tell him because I don't want Mert to be alone. And I am a little bit scared, and I want Zek to know what is going on. And I would maybe be able to sleep a little better. So I would whisper all that to him.
Zek's eyes will get really big, and then he will just make a little prayer bow and kind of crouch his way over to sit sort of back to back with Mert.
Would cast guidance. Like, put my hand on him. Just say a tiny little prayer as he starts his watch.
What does that do?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Gives you D4. I can add to my perception.
That's gonna be 16.
Well,
Nothing
Guided.
out of the ordinary happens as you sit and watch back to back, looking mostly at the sky probably at this point, and less around you. But you're able to pass your watch on to the next person.
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead and
I'll
roll.
do one.
Both of you. Perceptions.
Six.
16.
Much like the second watch, yours comes and goes without issue. The sun begins to creep above the horizon to the east, outlining the hills and the vast waves of grass. The occasional pastoral bits of wild grain, rye, wheat. But nothing to watch out for. Another day of travel greets you. Can I get a d20 roll from Hayden, please?
I did it. It's my turn. 5.
5.
We're gonna die.
it's raining.
Okay.
It's just raining.
As you continue on, you are leaving the wagon trail behind, but headed east still. The day passes quickly, warm, easy. Around midday, however, each of you feel a second tremor.
I did it.
What's everyone's passive perception?
18.
Oh,
17.
12.
Always the same.
11.
Okay. Visa and Mert are easily able to point out to those of you who feel it in their peripheral vision far to the south. Spiraling up in a tight circle, wings stretched, a draconic figure of great size.
No.
Smatterings of brown metallic scales mixed with a green.
What would you recognize in character?
Oh,
What kind
probably
of-
not.
Kind of dragons are
Brown, metallic, and green?
Out of character, it sounds like a copper dragon. But in character, I don't think Mert has any. Would Mert have any?
No, I don't think so.
He knows-
There's only one dragon you know of.
Yeah.
He handles money.
Yeah.
Would we know about other kinds of dragons?
You
besides the
would.
red ones?
You would. Go ahead. I guess
Dragon Lord.
Arcana or History with advantage. There's not really. I wish there was like a monster check,
Mm-hmm.
but there's not really.
Survival, nature.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like survival with advantage, or Arcana, one or the other.
Oh, I could do Arcana.
Almost
18.
21.
Both of you are aware of the fact that copper dragon scales tend to oxidize to change color from this copper like shine to a pale matte chalky green.
Have we ever heard of one this gigantor sized?
Well, let's do some math here, or if you want to make another math check with
Math
advantage. Yeah,
Math check.
just roll intelligence with advantage, and let's see if you can determine the size of the creature.
I'm gonna nudge at the gift and say, okay, a dragon knowledge here. Can this be reasoned with?
Metallic dragons tend to be more aligned towards goodness and wholesomeness.
22.
22. It's pretty far south. You can see where those mountains are rising, and it's pretty close to those mountains. Judging that, you think probably wing to wing, this thing's maybe 70 to 90 feet in wingspan.
Dang.
The biggest dragon I've ever known of. Is this like a god or something? She just like.
The biggest you've heard of is about 40 feet tip to tip in terms of wingspan.
And I reiterate that.
So, who knows about the goodness of the dragons?
Gift, is this gonna eat us or not?
I mean, copper dragons are kind of like weaklings that, like, they don't fight a lot. They're kind of like the nice guys, maybe.
Well, can we go talk to it then? Should we go talk to it?
I think maybe we should go talk to it.
It's like very far away
It's
though.
probably not going to try to eat us immediately.
Well, the only dragon I've ever known of counted money.
Lots of dragons are very nice. This is probably a nice one, but maybe it's evil one. But we could probably kill a dragon, like all of us combined.
I'm not going.
That is not true.
Not that big one. That's
Absolutely no.
he's got to be.
I'm gonna go.
I
The
They're
other
gotta
way.
be
want to
ancient.
go talk to the dragon, but if you guys don't like that idea, we don't have to.
The
How
dragon
far-
Knows where he
How-
knows we're here, right?
How
Like,
far out of the way is it?
It's gotta be at least days, if
To the
not
south.
a week to the south.
Yeah, if
Oh.
we just start walking that direction, he can obviously fly really far, really fast.
If he wants to come to us,
If we try to walk that direction towards it,
He could
I
just fly away.
by the time we got there, he would definitely be gone.
So maybe we just carry on about our business and appreciate what we are seeing here today, which is a magnificent, very hopefully friendly dragon.
it's really pretty.
As you guys
Beautiful
are
creature.
observing it, it's climbing with immense speed. Its wing beats very slow, but propelling it very quickly.
You said it's multiple days up to weeks.
A
Walk?
week, possibly, yeah.
And we can still see it?
Because a big,
Rapidly
dude.
growing smaller. As it's
Is it
climbing
flying
pretty
toward
high.
us?
It is not. It's
Straight
flying
up.
kind of lazily. Well, not lazily, but it's not like do anything. It's probably meandering from south to east as it climbs.
I mean, we can maybe get its attention.
I
Do we
don't.
want to do that?
I mean, if we wanted to talk to it.
Look, I won't force a decision on the group, but I feel like the purpose of or the meaning behind my story yesterday is woefully lost on us.
Are there like
Well, they were
certain
just saying that
things
it
in
may
the
be-
ocean that are kind of nice that probably won't eat you that are cool to talk to?
What's that last bit? The cool to talk to part that's not very, like, well tested?
They were
Like-
just saying
Like,
that.
are there great and immense and impressive and fearful creatures in the water that might be friendly? Yes. That are fine to talk to. I don't know, because a lot of direct interactions with creatures from below typically wind up with the ships going below.
But I want to talk to a dragon so bad.
But
I'm
maybe
not saying you can't.
that is not 100 times bigger than us.
that we don't know.
But you said that the metallic ones are nice.
All right, look, no
Dang
one's
it,
gonna
I'm
stop
having
you.
prepared.
Do we?
You could probably
Wheeler
do
what?
like your big sunlight whatever that you do all the time would probably be pretty substantial.
Look, I respect it. If we don't feel comfortable, like signaling the dragon, that's okay. We can just look at it and wave, and maybe hopefully he will see us and want to come talk to us and be our friend.
Oh,
And if not, then maybe we just let him go, and that's fine.
what if it knows things?
Do you have a thing we would ask it?
Well, like,
Hey, what are
to
you
be a
doing?
dragon? And like, can I ride on you?
Or
And,
maybe
like,
it is
maybe you
still...
want to come kill a beholder with us?
Yeah!
What
And, like,
if
maybe
it's
he wants to be our friend and join the raiding party?
Maybe he
Or
knows something
maybe
about
we
the
could have some
stars
scales or
stopping?
something.
That's what I was wondering. What if it's been around so long it knows
There's
things?
so many things we could ask.
Maybe he's here to fix the stars.
That can't be right.
How? Dragons are magic.
It's certainly old. It's certainly likely well travelled at its size.
I think Ori's gonna grab one of, or maybe both of her like big crystals that she bought a while ago, and like try to have the sun hit it and like kind of like, you know, try to make a ray close to the dragon.
Oh, we're
To, like-
signaling it.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity check for me.
I mean, not as if she thinks it's gonna work, but I guess she wants to just see if she can make like little rays.
I think there are like competing parts of Visa's brain.
Wait. Are you intentionally trying to signal it, or are you just...
She's a little
Messing
mirroring
around.
it. See if she can flash the sun.
Squirrel.
She's shining sunlight at it.
You are.
Maybe
You're
not
not just,
directly at it, but seeing if her crystal can make like little rays and stuff.
So you're trying to make contact with the dragon or not?
Ori's rolling to do so.
Okay, make a dexterity check for me.
What? A dexterity?
Yeah.
Do it.
Hold on. You're giving me mixed signals.
DM called for a roll.
I mean,
Do it.
Zai wants to see the dragon, but like
Right.
collectively as a group, I think we all realize it's a bad idea. But
No, Mert's so
We don't know.
curious.
Don't know.
if Ori's going rogue, go for it.
We're at this point. Let's do it.
Roll a d20.
She's in.
Do it.
Do it. Like I said, those competing parts of Visa's brain are probably like fear, but also wonder. Like, because this thing is
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
be
if
clear,
people
Hayden
are
does the
saying
fucking
it's
dragon.
not absolutely a bad dragon, then maybe it knows something.
It probably does.
Let's
Okay,
roll and see.
You said a dexterity check?
Mm-hmm.
Hayden wants
Maybe
to
you
come
roll
to the
terribly and
dragon.
you can't do anything.
Leaf is gonna like bury himself in the ground.
Oh, that's an 8.
Yeah, you channel the sunlight into this crystal, and it does not reach very far, and it's not aimed properly, so it does not.
But
reach
it
close.
can kind of do that.
Can channel sunlight.
Oh, that's so cool. Like it can. Well, maybe not as far up as. Okay, it's not gonna work, but.
So I don't need to be ducking in the grass anymore, right? We okay?
I think we are going to just keep walking, and hopefully it will be friendly and come to see us, and not be ugly and come to eat us.
Yeah, that sounds
Okay, that's
fun.
as good as you can, as good as one can wish for, I guess.
After about 5 minutes, it does disappear on the horizon,
Oh, bye, dragon.
Well, he's been
5
back.
minutes.
Maybe he'll come back.
leaving you to finish another day of travel. A long rest. And then on the next day, as you are in this kind of pre-dawn glow traveling, mist starts to roll in around the morning time. There's a hill, the sun cresting it before you, and a silhouette of a single man upon horseback. That's where we'll end tonight's episode. Thank you for playing.
Not a dragon.
Actually, no, it's probably
Just the guy.
Bye, Jeremy. Bye.